Hey guys, this is Phil,
Oh, and this is Chase.
and this is episode 25 of Phil and Chase Watch Everything.
Wow, 25.
I feel like this is almost like a milestone in of itself for some reason. It feels like a big episode to me.
It is the big 2-5.
Yeah.
Because why not?
I think what I'm really excited for is 100. So it's we're a quarter of the way there. So I guess that's probably my thought.
Well, you mentioned earlier today we've been at this for like 6 to 7 months already.
Yeah, it was like at the very end of
October.
Well, it was like the last week of September.
Oh,
because we watched.
Really?
You did like a little sci-fi movies to prep for the new year. I think it just released on
I feel
October.
Yeah. Damn.
That memory.
Wow. Yeah.
I found my new mental map. Fuck it, just the podcast. Oh.
Well, heck yeah.
Because I watched all the Alien movies, like right around that time. Or at least the first 3.
Well, on our year anniversary, that'll be about the time that I watched the Alien and Predator movies.
Hey, and I did watch the Predators as well. I watched all the Predator movies.
Both have new things coming out this year.
And it was funny is because originally when we were going to do the podcast, we were going to just do like series. Yeah. So you're like, oh, let's do Alien versus Predator. I'm like, all right, bet. I haven't really watched any of them, so I watched all of them. And then it's like, hey, let's
not right now.
Let's just change it up. Let's just talk about movies. I'm like, hey, cool.
And here we are.
Still 7 months,
still talking.
6, 7 months later, still talking movies.
Yeah.
So a lot to watch. We were just talking about that, I think, today.
Yeah.
About the podcast.
Yeah.
And just like...
18 years of watching movies, bud.
Has it been 18 years?
You and me?
Yeah.
Yeah, bud.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, bud.
We got to do something for our 20th.
Of course. We got to go big. We go to the World Cup. We'll go to the World Cup.
That's next year.
I'm just kidding. We're not going to go to the World Cup.
I'm going to the World Cup.
Well, I know you're going to the World Cup, but not us as a unit.
No.
Anyways, my favorite bit of last episode was how much time we took about the time of Easter Sunday 420's release and being like, oh, it might not be out. It is coming from the future. And then the episode came out like a week later. Like well after 420 was over.
That's so funny.
Nobody would have ever had the opportunity to live those jokes in real time. And that was my favorite thing. Speaking of Easter Sunday 420, even though I watch these things a billion times, I usually don't write our shit down in my movie log unless it's like the time I watch it. So I did, watch it officially once it released on 420. And we were talking about it
earlier. So did I, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you would because we just watched it. I don't know. It's good stuff.
I mean, I watch I listen to every episode of the podcast we record.
Well, that's true. I am biased, but I thought it was good stuff.
I thought it was funny.
Good things from people.
Same.
So.
I really been pushing for my sister to watch it. She's just busy, so I'm gonna have to be on her ass.
It happens.
There's some people at work I'm gonna push it on. I need to get like one of those spinning signs outside of Manolo's.
Yeah.
And it's just like Phil and Chase watch everything.
What?
Catch it on Spotify and then just like.
I told you just have it playing in your workplace. And then people go, "What's this you're listening to?" Like somebody's interest is going to be piqued.
Our customer's going to walk in and I'm going to laugh and I'm going to have to cover their ears because it's so loud, dude.
The pots and pans.
Dude, it's crazy. Fucking. How loud I laugh and how loud it is at Manolo's.
That's hilarious.
Dude, it's so loud. It's crazy. Like sometimes I really can't hear anything those customers are saying to me. I just have to point at pizzas. They give head nods and just serve it up. But no, it would be funny to I've thought about it, like putting the podcast on at work.
Yeah.
I just feel weird though. It's one thing for me to listen to it, but I feel like to play it for other people to listen to, I'm like, that's just kind of mean.
Is that you? Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Did you just laugh at your own joke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Why didn't you laugh? Wasn't it funny? No.
Yeah.
But yeah, so watched that, all the shit that came out after the fact, all the bonus features and whatnot.
I've watched all the bonus features except for the witch.
Gotcha. Which is fine because I had to re-release it because I fucked up.
Which I saw that. I saw that you fucked up.
That was my bad. Apologies to Ron. Our buddy Ron Chevry, who played the storyteller in Easter Sunday 420, he made a short film that was originally going to be a part of a now canceled Chase and Shep series. Campfire Stories was the name of it. It was going to be like a little anthology show.
I remember that project.
So he whipped his out real fast, and we just kind of been hanging on to it for a while. So I was like, now feels like the time to release this. So we're super appreciative. But yeah, I fucked up because I uploaded the wrong file. It didn't have like the finished sound and music and stuff added in. And like Ron messaged me shortly after and was like, hey man, like he's super kind about it. I was just like, oh shit, man. I'm so sorry.
In case you didn't know, this is kind of fucked up.
He's like a little flat. I'm like, oh, you know what? I did because I remembered him sending me something. I cleaned my desktop and like shuffled some shit around. Hey, it happens. Everybody makes mistakes.
I almost went into it.
But speaking of Ron, a good segue into something else.
I'll be okay.
Okay. So Ron made this found footage horror movie a couple years back now. I think it was 2023 when it came out, called The Who Incident. And I enjoyed it very much. Shep and I both did. And it's one of those things, like, I don't know if we're just biased because we dig Ron and his wife Jan and, like, you know, their whole vibe. They've been very supportive. Like,
oh, yeah.
But, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm very picky when it comes to found footage, especially like indie found footage. Like everybody does it. Not everybody does it well. But like with Ron, I had a good time. Like, and I'm like, I don't know if it's just because like we know Ron, but like I really enjoy it. It's very charming. Like I have fun watching them. So he's making a sequel of sorts.
Oh?
Yeah, a little sort of sequel called Alien BTS, behind the scenes for those that don't know. And it's like this sort of meta sequel where it's like this new sort of like sci-fi story that goes off of the fact that like he's shooting the behind the scenes for the Who incident. And it's got all these other filmmakers in it, like a lot of people we've worked with before, like Ash,
right,
and everybody, and all these people who have made like found footage, like alien movies and stuff like that, and they're all, you know, the stuff is going down because of it. And Shep and I have a cameo at the end of it.
Oh,
we are the post credit scene. Yeah.
I had a hand in that.
Yeah. We were the post credit scene for that, and it came together pretty good. Nice little trippy thing. It was so he sent me a screener of it, and I got to watch the movie last night. And added layer watching it in the garage that we shot it in just makes it that much trippier when it's like the TV within the TV within the TV.
Oh yeah.
And then I got to see it with the added effects in and stuff, and like,
hell yeah,
it was cool. It was cool to see it in the tapestry of everything. Our buddy Randy shot something for it too, and he's pretty close to like the front of the movie. And it was cool to see Randy in there. Like, you know, it's like Shep and I we did F'd and stuff, but it's cool to see some of our other friends like be a part of it. And I enjoyed this one too, man. Like it was one of those things where like I felt like it was at least on par with the Who incident. I feel like I'd have to rewatch the Who incident to see which one I liked better. I almost feel it could just be recency bias because I just watched Alien BTS and we're in it. I don't know. But I just feel like it's only like an hour or so. Like it's not that long. It zips along. I feel like it's one of those things that like if the Who incident came out on DVD, which it is out on DVD, you can buy this movie on DVD and Blu-ray. I feel like it's one that if you were at Walmart and you saw the Who incident and it's like with an all new bonus movie, Alien BTS.
Oh yeah.
And you'd get it and you'd watch it and you'd be like, oh shit, that was solid. This little hour long like mini movie that comes with it. It's a great companion piece to his original movie. Like it really has a certain flavor to it, and I don't know. I enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
I was looking at the IMDb for the Who incident, and some people are just mean, bro.
People are.
They're just mean. I'm just like reading it, and I'm like, listen, man, I could see like it not being your thing, but like some of it feels like this person like cracks their knuckles and is like, all right, sits at their keyboard like, like here we go, and just starts typing hatred, and it's just like, damn, son, like it feels like a lot of energy.
It is.
I
couldn't imagine taking time out of my day to be hateful towards somebody.
Yeah. Like we'll rib on movies sometimes.
Well, but we're not
we might get worked up, but it's all in good fun. But like, I've seen like Kevin Smith once talked about like because people would give him shit about always just like loving all the movies he sees. Oh, this guy never fucking hates anything, and he's like, I dislike things, but I just don't talk about it because I just don't. It wasn't my thing. So why would I sit here and just like bash on something I didn't like?
Yeah.
Like, it might be somebody else's thing. Like I'd rather be spending time talking about what I do enjoy. So there's something to it.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, Alien BTS. Keep your eyes out for that. Go watch the Who incident. Support Ron. He's a cool dude.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah,
I've never seen the Who incident.
Well, we'll have to watch it.
Gladly.
Hell yeah.
I'll watch anything.
Hey, it's
anything
and everything. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, so what about you, Phil?
So something that I watched.
Yeah.
Short list this week. In case the viewers were like, "Oh, I always love that Phil watches like 15 movies a week," but
not this week.
Not this.
Short list. This one. Blast.
I still have some decent stuff to talk about, at least. I guess I'll probably get the worst one out of the way. And it was a documentary on the Titanic.
Oh, okay.
It was like...
I could see that.
It was like Titanic Resurrection or something like that. It was on Netflix. No, it was on Disney Plus.
Oh.
And not a sponsor. And so I watched it and they like were able to like digitally recreate it and stuff like that in a way that they've never been able to before, and so they've been able to learn new stuff about like what actually happened in the Titanic and stuff like that. It was alright. It was like an hour long. Like I've never been like a huge Titanic kind of guy. I mean, it was crazy what happened. It was sucked, but I'm like, oh, I've never like because it was so weird to me like seeing people who like that was their career. Yeah. It's like this guy's like, yeah, I've spent like 30 years studying the crash of the Titanic, and like that was his job. I was like,
yeah,
it was one like because that was like my thing. I was like, it was one accident. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
like that's
don't let people tell you can't do things.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with that? Hey, somebody's doing it.
Yeah, I have a PhD in talking about the Titanic. Like it's crazy, but like good for them. It was decent. It was cool. Just like a little hour long.
It's been a while since we've had a Phil's documentary.
It is. Of the week. I should make it like a little intro sound.
We need a soundboard.
Like a little trumpet. It's like Phillips documentary of the week. But so there's that. Got that knocked out of the way. Should I just go through all my lists?
Well, or that seems excessive because I got a lot to talk about. I got a long list this week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I could just knock out my stuff.
Oh, and then just let me talk on the back half?
Yeah. Then you'll get a taste of what Philly goes through.
Oh. Okay.
No, we usually do a pretty good job about not doing that.
I like to think I spread our shit out. Okay.
No.
Note: do better, Chase.
Do better. Be better.
Okay, well, I guess I'll just go. So I watched the Resident Evil movies.
Hell yeah.
Every one of them, except for all the animated ones. I've never watched those. I've tried, can't get into them just because of like the animation style. It's like a weird CG. Like I'm just like no.
Oh, I got you.
It's kind of it's almost like you're watching. It's funny to say this because I said this as a compliment when I was talking about flow, but I mean the opposite here when I say it's like watching video game cutscenes as a movie.
Oh no, I wouldn't mind that, to be honest with you.
See, but like the thing is, it's like it's the animation of it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Which is also funny because I would sit there and watch something that was like, what was it, Red versus Blue? Where it's literally just a video game. Like, I don't know. I'm a weird guy that way. But I don't like it. Anyways, what I do like is the live action ones. This is a series, I think I've watched it all the way through at least 3 times now.
The last time was with me.
It was with you.
Which was also the last time you watched them.
It's true. Which was like, that was like 2021 or 2020.
I think so, something like that.
And then the time before that was like 2017 was the last time I had like watched all of them because that's when the last one came out. I was working at Family Video and stuff. But then I'd seen like the first 3 when I was younger. And I really enjoy those first 3 quite a bit. I think Apocalypse is my favorite, the second one.
Yeah.
It definitely, because it was also interesting to watch all of them and then go right into playing Resident Evil 2 and seeing the things that were just like directly taken from the game.
Yeah. Because I never played the games.
Even though the whole like Alice storyline, like the whole main character of the Resident Evil series has nothing to do with the games. She's not in any of them. She's made up for the movies, like her whole storyline. That's why a lot of people don't like these, but like I enjoy it, man. Like I'm a sucker for zombies, and like it is one of those things. It's very easy to just shut your brain off and watch them.
Yeah.
The 5th one I saw in theaters, and
I remember that.
Yeah, I saw, like, I had seen the first 3, but I didn't really remember them. I didn't see the 4th one, and then me and a friend of ours was like, she's like, you want to go see a movie? I was like, sure, what do you want to go see? She's like, I don't know, let's see what's playing. She's like, you want to go see this Resident Evil movie? I was like, yeah, fuck it, sure, let's go.
I like the first 3, why not?
I don't remember if we saw it in 3D or not. We might have seen it in 3D. But so we're there, and I remember there was one scene that was like this jump scene because she grabbed my arm and scared the shit out of me, more so because she grabbed me right when it happened.
Right.
I was like, fucking
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Oh. People be doing this. They get pissed. I gotta, freak out.
Don't touch me.
But we're watching this movie in theaters, and I just remember, like, from start to finish being like, what the fuck is going on? I just like had no idea what was going on in this movie because it just felt like I had walked into the middle of a movie. And then by the end of it, I was like, I feel like I just saw the conclusion of the middle of a movie. Like, I feel like there's still another part. I was like, this was like a part 2. So later in life, when I finally saw the 4th movie, I was like, okay, yeah. Like, yeah, I was right. I was like, yeah, because it literally does just like drop off after that 4th movie and then pick right back up in the 5th one.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, I don't know, sometimes it fights its own logic. Yeah. It's just one of those series. It's like, whatever. Whatever's convenient sometimes. Another fun thing that I forgot about was Mike Epps being in at least 2 of these movies.
Oh, yeah, because you just got done watching him in The Fridays.
Yep.
And Soul Plane, right?
I think so. Maybe he was. I don't think he was in Soul Plane.
Oh, well, the dad was.
The dad was, for sure. But, yeah, he was in Apocalypse, and then he was in Extinction, and then I was sad to see him go. But
he became extinct.
He did. But yeah, it's cool. They definitely, like, by the end of it, it's like, all right. Actually, if I'm being honest, the way I watched the last one, the last one in like the main series, the 6th, the final chapter, as it was wrapping up the whole Alice thing.
Right.
I at a certain point, like Belle came home. I'm still watching this movie. I'd watched like 2 of them that day already, if not 3 of them. So I was like, okay. So I like put it in 1.5 speed.
That's funny.
I just watched it like that for a while, and I just got it over with. Because it's like doing it that way, I'm like, God, it really is just extended amounts of time of them just shooting through places. And then getting to the next place, and then shooting through the next place, and it's just like, fucking hey, come on. And when that's your last movie, you're like, all right, come on. But I don't know. I think they're fun. I don't think they're perfect by any means. I definitely call them guilty pleasure movies. Because then there's also the reboot. I watched that one too. Welcome to Raccoon City is what it's called.
Yeah. Saw
it in theaters when I was working at the movie theater. One of the managers and his buddy was just shitting on it. Oh. Just tearing it apart. They even went into it with the intent of tearing it apart. They're like they're like, we're going to hate this. And I was like, well, okay. I went into it, having just like gotten off of watching the series with you, I think. And then, I went and saw it in theaters, and it was about what I expected. Was it great? Not necessarily, but like I enjoyed it for what it was. Like I still enjoy the main series more. But they're making a new one, and the guy who directed Barbarian is doing it. Oh, yeah. Have you seen that one?
No.
Ooh, buddy.
Yeah,
that's a crazy one.
Add it to the list.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you ever watch the show?
Which show?
The Resident Evil show.
Oh, I kind of started it, and I just couldn't get into it.
I liked it,
but I'd go back and try to give it another chance.
I watched the whole thing. I felt like there was some. I don't know. I felt like, from what I remember, the ending kind of upset me a little bit.
Yeah.
Just because I thought it was dumb. I was like, I don't know about all that. But overall, I thought the show was pretty good. I felt like people had mixed feelings from what I remember, but that's going to happen. I don't know. Not everyone's going to love everything. Kind of like we were talking about earlier. Like, you don't have to just hate on something if you don't like it. Yeah. It's okay.
You can just not like
it. I think it's wild to me, I guess, like when people, like, specifically go into something, like, solely to hate on it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, yeah. It's.
I could go into a movie expecting it not to be very good, but, like, to go, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to tear this apart.
This is going to be awful. Watch this movie is awful. Great. Like
but then to like be mad about it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's one thing if you
But also, was it really awful, or were you just already watching it through the lens of
hating it?
Yeah.
Because it's like one thing to like, I feel like not like a movie and then be like whatever about it, like make jokes about why you didn't like it, but to just be like purely hateful is just wild to me. But yeah, I enjoyed the show. You said you started playing the video games?
I did, yeah. So, because I know you and I have the same problem with like that first one.
It's rough.
Those OG controls are fucked. Like, kudos to the people who grew up with it and like enjoyed their time with like the original Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Kudos to those who want to be purists and go back and play them that way. I'm not that guy. I'm really enjoying this remake of Resident Evil 2 that was like a ground up remake with regular fucking controls. But it is trying me. I will say that. It's a very testing game.
Yeah.
Really sets you up for failure.
Yeah, because you said there's a lot of puzzles, not a lot of ammo, a lot of zombies that are hard to kill.
Because thanks to the good old YouTube algorithm, it's been showing me there's some guy who makes like reels or shorts or whatever about Resident Evil games, and they've been very helpful. I'm trying to remember all the shit I'm seeing.
You have to subscribe to
for later.
Channel.
I'm dead ass because like some of these things I'm like that actually sounds very helpful because like I said, I didn't realize like later on that Mr. X guy is just going to be hulking around the fucking police station after me. He's a big dude. He's just like
that pisses me off,
like
bro.
He has to duck to get into the doorways, and like he's just constantly. It's like it follows. Like he's literally just walking from room to room, just coming for you as you're trying to like get shit done, and it's just like, God, they go away. And I'm not even to that point yet. I'm not looking forward to that.
I feel like that's how they started the Evil Within. Was that big lumbering dude you couldn't fight or whatever? You're trying to get out, and you're like, because we bought it when it first came out, and you had to hide under the beds and stuff. I'm like, if I had to deal with that for like the rest of the game, dude, dude, I wouldn't. It's not because it's like I'm scared. It's because I'm irritated at how stressed out I am. You know what I'm saying? It's like
I am enjoying myself right now. I'm enjoying the game. It's a challenge for sure, but it hasn't gotten to a point where I'm like, I can't do this.
Right.
You know, because they are rewarding games, I feel like, because that's how Resident Evil 4 was the game that I've gotten the farthest in. And I played it on the Wii, and I got like a decent way into that game. And I've got the remake on that too. And I did start it once, and it was like jarring to see just how different it was, because like I went into it like, because I've replayed it since I played it on the Wii.
Yeah.
And like, I know, you know, it's like when you play a game over and over again, you know where shit's going to be, you know where things are going to pop out at, you know, like stuff like that. But the remake really does switch it up on you. Like it changes up like the like initial like path and stuff, and like the where the zombies show up and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
They gotta keep it fresh.
They did too. But yeah, man, Resident Evil, I enjoy it. It's a fun series.
Hell yeah.
I know I've only scratched the surface. I know there are people out there that are like real big Resident Evil heads, I'm sure.
Oh, there has to be. Well, I can use that to kind of segue into one of my next movies.
Hey, let's do it.
I watched the end of a franchise that I really love.
Oh.
I watched Creed 3.
Creed 3.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You hadn't seen it yet?
Nope.
Okay.
I never saw it. So I was on something, and I saw it on there. I was like, you know what? Today's the day. I was like, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to watch it. And I enjoyed it. I really did. I thought it was good. I felt like I wanted to like Jonathan Majors' performance more than I did. I felt like he didn't do a bad job, but I just wasn't like, I really wanted to be blown away. I felt like I wasn't, unfortunately. Still enjoyed it. I don't know if I still want to say like Creed, the first Creed, it's probably still like my favorite.
Yeah, I'd have to rewatch them. I only watched them the one time with you guys, so I'd have to rewatch them.
Yeah, I've always seen like, I don't know, but then to include that with the whole Rocky franchise, I don't know. I don't know if I'd say Creed 1.
Then it's getting bumped.
Because, yeah, within the Creeds, Creed 1 is my favorite. Within the Rocky as a whole, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's tough.
I feel you.
I really enjoy 4. I grew up watching 4. 4 was always on somewhere, and so it just holds a special place in my heart.
That's a whole thing.
He does bleed, you know, like it's just okay.
I'm gonna have to rewatch those so we can talk about them, because
they're good. That's one I go back and rewatch.
Because I watched them all for the first time with you and Belle, like, you know, however many years ago.
Yeah, and that was during our movie marathon.
Yeah, that's when we were gonna watch 1,000 movies that year or something.
Yeah, that was the ridiculous goal that was jokingly said, but then seriously attempted.
Fired off in January
for like 2 months, and like there's no fucking way.
But there was a way, but it was just like, what are we doing with our lives, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we would have to devote the
now
year.
I don't even like watching movies anymore.
We watched a lot. We watched the Rambos series.
But yeah, no, I'd go back and rewatch them. There's some good shit there.
Oh yeah, I think the storyline through and through is pretty solid.
I think Creed 3, yeah, we saw it in IMAX when it came out, and I did like, because Michael B. Jordan directed.
Yeah,
this is his directorial debut.
Felt like he did a good job.
He did, and so I thought it was interesting because he talked a lot in interviews about like anime being a big influence on how he shot things, and you can totally see it. Like in the fight sequences, you can totally see it. Like, I've seen little side-by-side comparisons. I'm like, oh yeah, like these are total anime shots.
I really enjoyed, like the final fight when it's just like you see everyone like the whole crowd, and then it cuts in. It's just them in the ring, and it's just completely silent. I'm like, cause that's how it would be. Like you wouldn't even be hearing anything else. It's like it's just you.
You're locked in.
Yeah. You know, I've been. You know, one thing about me, if I haven't said on this podcast yet, I love boxing movies.
Oh yeah, dude.
I
was just thinking about the fighter earlier, and I was like, God, I fucking love boxing.
And I was thinking about it while we were talking because I was like, oh, I'm gonna talk about Creed 3. I was like, I think Hands of Stone might be one of my favorite boxing movies.
Really? Yes. I'm gonna have to see it.
The first time I watched it was in Spanish because it was off of a website, and just the acting alone, I cried. I was like, I could just pick up on like the body languages and what was going on. I'm like, this is sad. Like, it was pretty good. Now I watched it again with the English, and I felt like I still enjoyed it.
I feel it.
But I feel like that first time was special to me.
That reminds me, definitely a different thing, but like, you know, when I come out here to the garage sometimes, the TV is just on a movie channel. So, you know, whatever's on is on. You know, good old-fashioned TV. Whatever's on is on. You might catch the middle of whatever. And
kind of like me and my South Park. It's just always playing, so you never know when you might just pop in.
So this movie called The Frighteners was on.
Oh, was it frightening?
Oh, yes. But Peter Jackson made it, like, before his Lord of the Rings days.
Gotcha.
And Michael J. Fox is the star. And I remember, I've only ever seen it once. And I remembered really enjoying it. But I don't remember the movie much. But I remember being like, damn, that was an excellent movie. And then just sitting down and watching that, like, I don't know, I watched like maybe 10 to 15 minutes of it on TV the other day.
Yeah.
And was instantly reminded of why. I was like, oh, yes, because this was a great fucking movie. Like, this is such a fun movie. I plan to actually sit down and rewatch it.
You know, I felt like I had a similar experience in this garage as well.
Oh?
Yeah, because I really enjoyed Kingpin. Because I also love bowling.
Okay.
And so, like, when we came in here and it was on for like 10, 15 minutes, I was like, you know what? I need to rewatch this movie because I was just having a ball. I was like, this is hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Love some Woody Harrelson. The man, Bill Murray. Bill motherfucking Murray. Yeah, so that's why I'd like to go back and rewatch.
Here's a good segue.
So did you finish Frighteners, or did you just catch?
No, so I just caught a little bit of the Frighteners. But speaking of the garage movies and laughs, there are some that I finished.
You did say you had some comedies.
I had a couple in the chamber last week.
That is true. See, I fucked up because I haven't listened. I wasn't able to. I didn't. This is an impromptu recording, so I wasn't able to listen back to the episode before we recorded.
You don't have your notebooks? No, there's nothing.
Philly's flying by the seat of his pants this episode.
I'm just trying to hold it together.
The big 2-5. Barely saw anything. I'm not bringing much to the table.
Maybe it wasn't a milestone. So I finished Grandma's Boy. Still hilarious, man.
What if you had robot ears?
Oh my god, dude.
It was like your favorite
How
joke.
Can he see me? It's just like, dude, there's so many quotable jokes in this movie. It was hilarious the first time. It's hilarious now. Like, it's such a funny movie. The dude who's in a lot of Happy Madison movies that plays the dealer in Grandma's Boy, I'm trying to think, because he's the guy in Strange Wilderness who like gets his leg bitten off. Like, I want a jackhammer. So, but like, he's like, I'm getting a lion, dude. Like, you know, and shit like that. He's so funny in that movie. That might be my favorite role of his is in Grandma's Boy. But there's so many funny bits, and like Linda Cardellini's in it. I love Linda Cardellini. She plays the main chick in it. All the stuff with the grandmas is funny. Them getting into the weed and whatnot. Great stoner movie. I know that was one we watched a lot when we were younger. But yeah, man, just still good shit.
Yeah. I saw it a couple times. I couldn't even tell you the last time I watched Grandma's Boy.
Jonah Hill's in it.
Wouldn't even know.
Yeah. But he's like just like
he's just Jonah Hill.
He's just kind of there. He's just like a background character in that one.
Oh, because he's the one that was drinking the girl's titty.
Yeah. He's just in there sucking. He's like, he sucked his first titty last night. He's like, for however many hours straight. It's like everybody claps for him.
Yeah.
So funny.
Isn't Nick Swartzen in that?
Yes, dude. Yeah. And he's hilarious. Yeah. And he has sex with the old grandma.
She
brought pole dancing to the mainstream.
Oh, that's funny.
Fucking gave Charlie Chaplin a hand job. All that. It's so funny, dude.
Oh my goodness.
It's such a crazy movie. But then the other one I finished up was Napoleon Dynamite, which is another one. I don't know how this is for you, but for me, Napoleon Dynamite is one of those movies that was like, it was like a big cultural thing. Like it was like a big, like pop culture moment. And I remember where I was the first time I saw Napoleon Dynamite. Like I remember like how it kind of spread amongst people, like when it first came out. And like, I remember parents kind of being like, do we let our kids watch it? Is this inappropriate? Like
it's not.
It's PG, I think.
Yeah. I mean, for all things considered, there really isn't anything that's even.
There's some like suggestive stuff, but like as a kid, like watching it now, I picked up on it. But when I was younger, none of that was coming across. Like I didn't know about it. I had no idea what the fuck they were talking about. But like I told you earlier, I had a bold statement, and I'm sitting here, I'm watching Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, and this is a bold statement.
I'm telling you, dude. I'm sitting here and I'm watching Napoleon Dynamite the other day, and I was like, by the time it wrapped up, I was like, this is one of the greatest comedies of all time. Like, I'd debate it. Like I would go up to bat for that statement. Like, is it the greatest comedy of all time? No. But is it one of the greatest? Absolutely. Like, the way it's structured, the way it's shot, the performances, like, because I feel like
how like simple it is.
It's like I was watching it through the lens of like we had just come off of making Easter Sunday 420. Like we just made a comedy, and like watching these guys do this, it's like it's such an achievable thing. But it's like it's got such a aesthetic, it's got such a vibe. But especially the performances, like they're so fearless. Like every single one of them gives like such like a drastically awkward performance that like it really like I'm watching some of these moments and I'm just thinking of like what it's like to be on set when somebody's doing a bit, and I'm like, I would kill to make this movie with my friends. You know what I mean? Like to see somebody do some of the shit in that movie from behind the camera, I would die. I'd be like, this is going to be so much fun, especially that dance sequence at the end. It's iconic. Yeah. It's iconic, and for a good reason. Because it's just like
he started doing the dance.
He fucking kills it too.
Yeah. He nailed the shot. Everyone loved it.
Dude, Pedro wins. It has that uplifting ending. Like just that rural, like Midwest setting. Like I swear to God, it's just like a perfectly crafted movie. It might not be your thing, but I feel like objectively it is.
I feel you.
One of the greatest comedies of all time.
I feel like I'd almost put a movie in my top 5. I'd almost put Hot Rod.
Oh, 100%.
Hot Rod is so like
Timeless.
Is kind of like how I feel about like Napoleon Dynamite. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'd put it up there.
It's just so goddamn funny.
It's so goddamn funny.
The taco and the sandwich. And
right. Again, it might not be your thing. It might be really stupid in your eyes,
so
but
funny.
Like, there's no debating that
you look pretty. Well, I said you look shitty. Like
the punch dance, like when they're all dancing in the fucking parking lot and shit.
Yeah,
it's so funny, dude.
And I like to party. No, you don't.
No, you don't. Well, I do.
Well, if anyone, he'd party the most. Yeah. Bill Hader had the metal rod sticking out of his fucking. Hilarious. I'm gonna have to rewatch Hot Rod soon,
dude. I almost watched it the other day. It is one that I can just.
The whole premise is just hilarious.
He's literally trying to save the shit out of his dad.
Trying to save his dad so he can beat the shit out of him.
Hilarious, yeah. It's
Super Punch, Rob. I love it. Yeah.
Did you shit your pants? No. Fucking yes. Hot Rod. I remember the first time I watched Hot Rod. My mom and I. I don't know where everybody else was, but it was just the two of us home alone that night. And we went to Family Video and rented some movies. And Hot Rod was one of them. And she and I watched Hot Rod together that night. And we both were crying, laughing at this movie. Real bonding moment. We enjoyed the fuck out of that movie.
Hell yeah. And even for, like, I'm not the biggest fan of long jokes, but him falling.
Oh my God.
It's never too long. It goes on for a while. But even the punch dancing, hilarious.
That reminds me, a little side note. Did you ever see John Wick 4?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well,
because John Wick 3 was the one with Halle Berry, right?
Yes.
Then that's the last one I watched.
In John Wick 4, there's this thing. It's been memed a lot now. And I saw the meme first, and I just thought like it was a joke. But then I saw the movie. I was like, oh, they didn't exaggerate it much. Because like the meme is just Keanu Reeves. Like it seems like an endless loop of him falling down a set of stairs. And then you watch the movie, and it's like, oh, it's the longest goddamn set of stairs ever. And he really is just falling down this motherfucker forever, it feels like. And it does become comical at one point. Like, he's trying to fight, but he keeps falling down these fucking stairs. And it's just like, it's like, come on, Johnny boy, get your shit together. But it's pretty funny.
That is funny.
But yeah, Grandma's Boy, Napoleon Dynamite. And Napoleon Dynamite, man, one of the best comedies of all time. It was great. I used to have a Napoleon Dynamite shirt. It was his PE shirt. Said Napoleon on it.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Do you drink 1% because you think you're fat because you're not? You can drink whole milk if you wanted to. Oh, best pickup line ever, dude.
Hilarious, dude. Because he's like such like I don't know, man. It's just like, it's fantastic. It's so well written. It's so well done. I love it. The fantastically catchy like opening with the white stripes. I can tell that we're gonna be friends.
Yeah.
You know, and it's got all the food and stuff with the opening credits. Like, fantastic, dude. And now look at him. He's directing a Minecraft movie. The guy who directed Napoleon Dynamite. Oh,
sweet.
That's how it goes. Napoleon Dynamite, Nacho Libre, big budget studio tentpoles. That's
yeah.
I'm sure I'm missing some in between.
I would imagine so. Like if you went from Nacho Libre to like to a Minecraft
game. Been on hiatus for a while too. That was a minute ago.
Oh, they pulled him out for this.
Hey, fun fact about Minecraft. At one point, Rob McElhenney from It's Always Sunny, who plays Mac, he was going to direct that movie.
Oh.
He was going to write and direct it at one point. Weird. I was like, because as soon as I heard that news, I was like, is he? Huh.
He might be a big Minecraft fan.
Yeah, he might be, but that's what I was like. I was very curious what his take on that was going to be. But then they hired the Napoleon Dynamite dude. And the rest is history.
And now here we are.
Hey, back to you, Philly.
Back to me?
Yeah, back to you.
Alrighty, let's see what I want to do. We will do... I watched Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan?
Yeah.
Kenobi, like the show?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
And this is my third time I've seen it.
Oh, shit, okay.
And I think I have to say that I love it.
Oh, he loves it.
I don't know, because I was watching like the first 3 episodes, and at one point I was sitting there, I was like, damn, this is really good. I'm like, I think I might love this. It's just, I don't know. I just really enjoyed the way that, like, fucking Ewan McGregor was able to, like, show, like, the full range of emotions that, like, Obi-Wan would be feeling, like, in these cinemas. Yeah, and it's just, like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I thought Christian Henderson did a good job as Darth Vader because it was, like, the first time he actually got to play.
Yeah.
Him, and so like the difference between like Anakin and Darth Vader and all that stuff, and just how ruthless he was, it was just great. Yeah. It was just great, man. We're gonna keep getting these little Star Wars updates because I am watching them, but
I don't know if this is a confession or if I'm about to work through some stuff here or what, but as far as Star Wars goes, I mean, I love Star Wars, bud. Yeah. But I feel like you love Star Wars. Like,
I do. I do.
But I'll say this: at one point, I had that equal amount of love for Star Wars, and like, it was like Star Wars and Marvel, Star Wars and Marvel. Like, I kind of jumped back and forth there for a little while, and it's like, even when I need a break from Marvel, I'm still jonesing for it. Like, I'll still go back to it. But with Star Wars, like, I have this feeling with Star Wars now, like a kid when they're told that Santa Claus isn't real. You know what I mean? Like, right. You're reckoning with that, and you're just like, God, where's the magic? Where's the magic? Where did it go? I feel like I've fallen out of love with Star Wars a little bit. It happens. But like, I want them back.
You want them back?
I want.
And like, that's like, because I don't know. I mean, I can completely understand where like how Star Wars wouldn't be for everyone. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Because like overwhelming at a certain point.
Yeah, and I mean, and especially because like I feel like, within like a timeline, it's just all over the goddamn place. Yeah. Like if you really look at it, like it's just kind of weird, like to go through so many like major time jumps and stuff like that. I know now they're trying to focus more on filling in those gaps with other things, so it's really cool to like see like little things that happen. That's kind of like the same thing with Obi-Wan, where it's like between episode 3 and episode 4 is like 20 some years. Yeah. And so like Obi-Wan's like is like 10 years after, or like in between that. So it's just like, so it's like a nice little bridge of the gap of what's happening. But I don't know, yeah, I get it. Like, especially like sometimes like with like the whole politics side of it and like how, slow it can be and stuff like that. I can definitely understand where some people like, just it is what it is. But I've always been a fan. Yeah, I've always been a fan.
Because like something like fantasy stuff has that too, like Game of Thrones, like that political kind of like it's a lot of talking and scheming and battling, and if that's not your thing, that's not your thing. It's war, Star Wars, like If you wanna go on fun, silly adventures, take a trek. Go to Star Trek. That's what they do.
Yeah, I'll say this. I don't understand why there's like such a divide between Star Wars and Star Trek. Yeah, I don't get like the. It's not like it's the same thing like the PlayStation, like an Xbox, or Marvel and DC. Right, it's like. Those make more sense to me than Star Trek and Star Wars. I'm like, just because they're in space? Yeah.
Because they had Star in there?
Yeah, because they both came out in like the 80s, like 70s, 80s. Like, I don't see what the... Because some people like that, though. Like, I talked to... They're like, oh, you like Star Wars? I'm a Trekkie. It's like... And guess what? I've watched Star Trek, too, and I've enjoyed what I've seen of it. Like, I don't...
I love a good world building, which is what gets me about Star Wars. But I also like enjoying what I'm watching. Yeah, which is why I enjoy watching Star Trek, because it's just like I feel like they're fun, zippy adventures.
Yeah, they're like little like, oh, we stopped at this planet, this happened.
Hey, we got a job to do. Goes and does mission. Comes back
mission over.
Mission accomplished.
Well, let's continue voyaging.
Right. Mission failed. To be continued? Question mark.
Right, maybe. Now you get a two-parter.
Cool. Nice. Awesome. Fucking, Yeah. Yeah. Why can't we be friends, guys? Like, what's gonna be?
There doesn't need to be a rivalry.
What else you got?
What else do I have?
Yeah.
I feel like the only other thing I can really talk about is I played the expansion story of Mortal Kombat.
Oh, okay.
I finally jumped in and played it / watched it because it was mainly cutscenes.
Okay.
Which I am perfectly fine with. Like I'll take a pause.
I don't want to fight another motherfucker
and I'll get my thoughts. But I've always been a Mortal Kombat fan.
Yes.
Like for a long time, always played them. Ooh.
I think you got away.
Oh, he did. Damn, I was hoping to have like a little ninja moment happen in the...
Maybe when we watch the Karate Kid movie.
The studio, I guess, so to speak. But no, so it was cool, like, because it was just like, it was pretty much like DLC, so it was like just like it's like an epilogue of the story that was already happening. It's like, because it left it on a cliffhanger. Like, Jesus Christ! A cliffhanger. I don't know. I'm losing my mind, apparently. I'm forgetting how to...
Philip Android needs a tune-up.
I'm forgetting how to speak.
It's glitching out on me.
But no, it was cool. Like, I enjoyed watching it. I feel like some people would probably have something to say about it, but for $20, I thought it was great. I was thinking about, I'm like, I don't think it was worth $70 at like the full asking price. I mean, I guess if you include the new characters and stuff,
maybe.
But
50.
I'd say 45.
Yeah. 45, 50.
Yeah, but not 70. It wasn't, because it was like 4 chapters. A regular game's like 13. Yeah. So it was like a quarter. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was going to have like 6 chapters and new characters, then I could probably see it. But I don't know. It was pretty decent. I felt like they did kind of rush the ending though a little bit. I felt like they could have kept on. They could have expanded on it more than what they did. And they're like, oh, this happened. Let's wrap it up. So
this happened, make it stop happening.
Yep. We need a quick resolution to this. But yeah, enjoyed it. Okay. I do have some things coming up that I'm gonna get to talk about.
Like what? What do we have to look forward to?
Life is Strange 2.
Oh.
I've been playing that. I was really wanting to finish playing it before we recorded.
Yeah.
There's 5 episodes. I'm like halfway through episode 4. Like I'm like a night away from just knocking it out. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
So close. And I can't wait to talk about it.
I need to play that one myself.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I've watched some of it with her.
Yeah. But... It's interesting. It hits close to home in certain areas, and it's just wild. Yeah, I'm a big Brother fan. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a roller coaster. Because I'm just trying to do right, and I feel like things just keep going wrong for me. And it's like, just try to be the best big brother that I can. You know what I'm saying? So, but we can get more into that come episode 26. And what else? Oh, I'm also playing Devil Within Me.
Okay.
Or Devil in Me, or whatever the hell it's called. Okay. It's one of the dark anthology.
Dark Pictures.
Yeah, Dark Pictures. It was on there. It wasn't always on there. And then I just recently got on the games and saw it. I was like, I should probably snag this. Because I've pretty much played almost all of them at this point.
Yeah.
I've played...
Those are the only ones. Belle's been on that tear of Player's Choice. She just restarted Detroit today, actually.
Yep.
And but those are the only ones like she hasn't gotten to yet, are those Dark Pictures games.
I enjoy them. I don't know if she's like worried that it'd be too scary.
I mean, she played Until Dawn. She's fine.
Oh, then she'll be, because I was gonna say they're really not that scary. Yeah. I mean, the sequences can be like stressful when it's like, oh, you're about to get bashed, you have to duck real quick, but it's not.
Yeah, she got past that. She worked past it.
Yeah, you know. So I mean, but other than that, they're pretty decent stories.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anything else? Anything else from Philly?
I don't know. Only Philly would know.
No, I don't think so. I think those 2 games are something I'm gonna talk about soon. Definitely Life is Strange 2 next episode. We'll see about Devil in Me.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Almost done with Spider-Man, Miles Morales.
Oh, okay.
I'm on the last mission, so I've been trying to go through and just clean up all my side shit real quick. So at some point, we'll be able to continue more Spider-Man talk, because I know how much we love to do that.
There's been a drought.
It's been a week. Too long. I had to mention it now just to keep us afloat. Just to get on there, just to get the little fix. But yeah, gonna be watching movies with Nikki, so
yeah.
So we'll see if we can't get her on an episode again.
Yeah.
Everyone, the fan favorite guest so far.
Only guest.
No. Aaron.
Oh, well, just kidding.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I also I watched a couple more comedies as well. Before I get into my big shebang here at the end,
I can't wait.
I watched I did a lot of rewatches this month, like almost exclusively.
That happens.
But so I watched Fist Fight because I was still craving some Ice Cube comedy, and I saw when I was watching Friday, I saw that Fist Fight was coming out on Max in 17 days or some shit. I'm like, I'll be there for it, and I was. And I remember watching it again. It was one of those that came out when I was working at Family Video. I remember watching it and being like, okay, yeah, that was okay. It was all right. Watching it this time, a lot more laughs.
I feel like I have seen it, but I just don't really remember anything from it.
Very ridiculous movie.
Because it's Charlie Day and Ice Cube, right? And they're like, work at the school.
Yep, Tracy Morgan's the PE teacher.
I feel like I've seen it.
Jillian Bell from Workaholics is like the guidance counselor.
Yeah.
Or whatever in it. She's ridiculous too, always hitting on the students and shit. Just crazy. It is an insane movie, like for sure. It's just like an absolutely ridiculous movie. It's like the last day of school, and the kids are just running amok. Like they practically run this school.
It's the last day. No one cares.
But nobody fucks with Ice Cube as a teacher because he's Ice Cube and he's mean mugging motherfuckers all the time, breaking desks with axes and stuff.
God damn,
he goes crazy, dude.
Sit down and shut up.
Oh man, and no, I had a lot of laughs this time. It was funny. But then on 420, yes, I watched our special, but I'd also seen that a gajillion times by then. So I was like, I need something else. So what else was more appropriate to watch on Easter Sunday 420, which only comes around every so often, than Mallrats. You get your Jay and Silent Bob. It happens around Easter. They beat up the Easter Bunny at one point.
Hell yeah.
And I only saw Mallrats for the first time like a couple of years ago.
Never seen it.
Whatever year, I guess that was probably 2022, I think, when I went to the Clerks thing. Because I watched like a bunch of Kevin Smith movies then. And Mallrats was one I hadn't seen. And Mallrats was one of them, like the first time I watched it, it was one that I was like, how have I not seen this? You know what I mean? Like it was just like, damn, like I love this. Like this was so good. I will say this time around, I watched the extended cut for the first time. And it was one of those extended cuts that was like significant. It was like 30 extra minutes or something. Yeah. And I have to say, theatrical definitely was better on this one. It's not one I would watch the extended cut if I was going to sit down and watch it. I do feel like it just kind of it really slows things down. It really like kills a lot of the
pacing,
like, the pacing like and the humor of certain situations. But yeah, it's great. I mean, you get a lot of Kevin Smith usuals. Ben Affleck is up in there. Yeah, Jay and Silent Bob might be my favorite Jay and Silent Bob appearance in all of his movies. I definitely have to go back and rewatch all of them, but their Shenanigans and Mallrats is up there. It's like one of my favorite Jay and Silent Bob movies.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, Mallrats.
I'll have to check it out sometime.
Fucking Ethan Suplee is in it, the big guy from Remember the Titans and like My Name is
Yeah.
He's in it and he's looking at this fucking the whole movie. He's standing in front of this what the fuck is that? Is it called optical illusion? Like
like the mirror.
It's like a picture. Like if you look at it long enough, like you'll see the image in it. And he stands there for days. And even like when they walk up to him the first time you meet him in the movie, he's been at this for days, and he's getting very flustered because he can't see the image, and he's getting very mad about it. And so he's just standing there, just staring all day. And throughout the whole movie, one of my favorite running jokes in the movie, people walk up and they look at it and instantly go, "Oh, a sailboat." And he's just like, so he eventually just like flies off the handlebars. There's like these kids that walk up, like a whole group of little kids who are there to see the Easter Bunny. And they walk up and the kid goes, "Oh, it's a schooner." And he laughs. He goes, "Ha!" He goes, "It's actually a sailboat, you dummy." And the kid is like, "A schooner is a sailboat." And
oh, that's funny.
And he loses his shit on these kids, and it's like, you know what? The Easter Bunny isn't real. Like, that's a man in a mask down there. Blah, blah, blah. Just like loses it. And then like the next time you see these kids, they're all crying.
That's funny.
Hilarious. But he never sees it. And then a funny joke that they threw in at the end, they did, the whole like text come up on the screen of like what happened to everybody after the movie. Yeah. Kind of like what we did recently. And when they get to him, he's still like sitting all like bummed out on the steps, and it says, whatever his name is, finally saw that sailboat. And he looks up, and he breaks the fourth wall. He goes, "I do?" He's like so hopeful. Like I was like, that's hilarious.
Oh, that is funny.
But yeah, Mallrats is definitely up there. Good Kevin Smith fun.
Yeah, I remember you saying that I think the first time you watched it, that you enjoyed it. I was like, I'll have to check it out then.
Yeah. Well, that's where the laughs end.
And now we're to our final segment.
Ooh. Oh, I see what you did there. There's actually more
after that.
A little epilogue, I guess.
Got you. But I thought I was trying to be clever.
No, it was clever because it's Final Destination.
Great franchise.
Some people just scoffed and quit listening because some people disagree with that.
You can call it a guilty pleasure if you want to.
If you want, but I feel no guilt about this one.
I've never felt bad about liking the Final Destination movies.
I actually redact saying Resident Evil is a guilty pleasure.
You should.
I have no guilt over that either.
You shouldn't feel. You know what? There shouldn't be.
I ain't got no guilty pleasures. You shouldn't
have a guilty pleasure of watching
just
something.
Pleasures.
Yeah. If you enjoy, you enjoy. Don't feel bad about it.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
I feel like that was one of like the soft openers for me into like horror.
Oh, for sure.
Was like the Final Destination movies.
Because I remember before you and I became friends and like I got into horror movies, I was still exposed to the Final Destination movies prior to that. And I'll never forget it because they fucking scarred me for life. Because I think maybe both times it was the first movie. Because I know I saw the log truck scene at one point, but like I saw my parents had rented it or something and were watching it, and I just happened to be in the room for the beginning of it. And I was even thinking watching it this time around on a few of them. I was thinking this about the last one too. If you didn't tell anybody what this movie was, and you're like, yeah, let's just watch this movie, and you just turn it on for the first like, I don't know, several minutes of this movie, you would have no idea what you've gotten yourself into. Like, you're just like, oh, these people are going on a trip. How nice. And then
they're going to see a NASCAR race.
Yeah, oh, wow, how nice. But
they're on a bridge. Because that was one, right?
The last one was the bridge. Yeah,
my mom couldn't watch it.
Oh, yeah. That one
she doesn't like horror movies, and she's afraid of bridges.
But we'll get to that. We'll get
to that. I'll pump the brakes on that.
So, but that first one, yeah, like I was just sitting in the living room with my parents watching it up until the point where the plane blew up. And
it's so wild.
The plane blew up, and I go, "What?"
They turn around, and it's just the kid changed.
Right on the stairs, just peeking through the bars. Fucking And here's the thing, Phil. Like, here I am. I'm 30. I turned 31 this year, and I've never been on a plane ever. And part of the reason for that is Final Destination. And there's no way, no how, the first time I get on a plane, I won't be thinking about it. I'm just like, it'd almost make me feel better if it was just the in-flight movie. Just show it to me so I can just embrace it. I can just embrace the fear, and like maybe it'll have like a reverse effect. I don't know.
It'll be like a shot by shot. You'll stand.
It'll
like,
show me.
It's like we need to get off this plane.
Right? It has the total opposite effect. I freak the fuck out. No, it's just a bong. He's got a bong.
Oh, hilarious.
Very different movie, but
still a plane incident. So.
But yeah, so I was watching it with him until that happened, and that shit scarred me for life. Like, I never forgot it. Even though a little later on, Mythbusters would do an episode on this and prove that, like, this couldn't happen. I was like, fuck you, Mythbusters.
Oh.
I was like...
It's just a movie.
I was like, my ass. I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I was like, I just feel like it could still happen.
I mean, as someone who has worked on planes... I don't know. I don't know if they'd fall apart like that necessarily. I mean, planes can go down, and
but like if it's like blowing up, you know what I mean? Like if you got parts like blowing the fuck up, like you don't know what could happen. You know what I mean?
That is true, but
the variables, Phil, the variables.
I feel like I don't remember how because they didn't have like engine problems. Isn't like how it started.
I don't know.
You just
Death wanted them dead. That's what I know.
Because I know someone like flies out, like it breaks apart at one point. I'm pretty sure.
Something.
And like someone flies out, and
I don't know.
It's all crazy. You just watched it recently. That's all I asked.
I don't know.
But
that was days ago.
But no, I mean, I enjoyed the first one. One thing that I enjoyed the most about the first one is that there's little clues.
Yeah.
Always like before everyone dies of how they're gonna die, and I always enjoyed that. Yeah. They don't do it in the other ones
they
as much.
They just do it in different ways in every single one.
Yeah.
Like literally every single one they do this.
So,
but it's different every time because like in the first movie they are those subtle like, oh, you see the like reflection of the bus in the glass, and then he turns around. And there's no bus there, but then later the chicken, which was my other Final Destination thing, is like I went to the dentist office. You want to talk about a place you don't want to be watching Final Destination? I'd rather watch it on the fucking plane than at the dentist office.
I'd rather watch it in a traffic jam.
Now, here's what's even more fucked up. I probably would have had less of a problem watching it at a dentist office, but the way this TV was. Like, it wasn't no fucking flat screen. This wasn't in a time of flat screens.
Oh, so
it was like this boxy TV, but it was in the ceiling above my fucking face. You know what I mean? So you want to talk about a franchise you don't want to watch with a TV above your head as you're sitting on like a board. Like
the dentist is gonna walk out and it's gonna bump into a train.
Just like fuck me all the way up, dude. Like that's
so leave like the water. They say like a mouthful of water.
But yeah, they're like here you can watch whatever you want. And like I couldn't quite figure out the remote, so I was just like, whatever, I'll just watch this. And I was watching. I'm like, oh geez, what is this? And then like the bus scene happened. And I was like, the doctor.
Can you quit moving, please?
Yeah. They were out of the room. I was all by myself. I was freaked out. But yeah, then you and I ended up watching them because I think around that time the third one had just come out.
Yeah,
and
second one, probably one of the best.
I really enjoy it.
One of the best openers for sure. Like
death
wise, you want to talk about something that scarred me for life? I was just in the car the other day, and there was a log truck. I'm like. There's always like an immediate level of like uneasiness, which I probably would have felt uneasy not seeing it, but just And people put like memes up on the Facebook all the time where it's like, if you see this, you can't tell me you don't see this, and it's like the logs flying out of it.
Right. Yeah, it played on a very real. All of them play on.
It's just crazy. They throw the joint on the girl's car, and she's like, "No, it's okay," and then her car catches on fire and shit. Like it's all just.
It's wild.
They're wild fucking movie.
They're wild movies. And then the third
dude gets smashed on the motorcycle with with the oh god.
It is funny though that like they really just because like I get it. You have to have some sort of stakes. You got to you at least got to make the audience think there's a chance that they're going to survive. Because
no one ever does.
But like the thing is, they won't. Because like my thing is like they always come up with these harebrained schemes in every movie, and none of them work really. Like none of them. Like I feel like Death literally just like backs off just long enough to like bluff them, make them think that it worked, and he's like, "Nah, fuck you guys," and then he kills everybody. You know what I mean?
I feel like the only one where, and I feel like I have mixed feelings, and I think it might be the last one. Where it's like if you kill someone, then you take their place or whatever, right? Yeah. So you have to fill in death, essentially. Yes. Like since you didn't die, someone has to die, right. So it doesn't have to be.
But again, here's what I'm saying is somebody throws that out there. They're like, "This is what you have to do." They do it. They're like, "Oh, cool, it worked." But then the endings happen and they still die, and it's like, "Oh, well, it didn't work." But then you get people still like passing this information on sometimes too, where they're like, "Oh, well, I heard if you because in the second one it's like the baby being born. Oh, this baby has to be born, and we're all Gucci. And then the baby's born. It's like, ooh, we're not."
And then they blow up at the shish kebab at the cookout because of the shish kebabs. Because like one has like the eye in it that like lands.
Well, the dude's arm lands in front of the mom or
whatever the fuck it was.
But
that was crazy. Yeah, the first time I saw that, I was like, "Oh, hey, they're Gucci," and then the grill blows up. I'm like, "Oh shit!" Crazy.
I will say, I actually think it's the last one. I think, in my opinion, has some of the best deaths in the whole franchise. But we'll get to that. But yeah, those first two are classic, and the first three have a vibe for sure. The first three are definitely like the cream of the crop. The third one I enjoy. I mean, the third one's a blast, dude.
I had a lot of fun with it.
It's almost just like it's hard for me to pick a favorite because like I like them all for their own reasons, but like they're also
third one had like the best bonus feature.
Oh, for sure.
With the dude filming the squirrel,
which is so funny because
you little fucker.
I remember that so well that I think it's a part of the movie, and I'm like confused when it's not there. Like, wow! Oh, I had him that time, Phil. He flew away, though.
You scared him.
I did. That was a warning
shot. You
shot.
showed him mercy.
Mosquitoes.
Oh, it was a mosquito. You should have killed him.
I tried. He got away.
Damn.
Just kidding, PETA.
I tried.
But, no, the third one, you want to talk about, because I feel like the airplane thing isn't really so much to do with Final Destination. I think there's a little part of it that's Final Destination. But the roller coaster thing is very much Final Destination's fault. Because, like, I didn't care much for them to begin with. But now, like, I don't know, man. I saw that movie. I said, never fucking again.
That's funny. Because I have, like, the same problem. Because I've always had a love-hate relationship with roller coasters.
Yeah.
Love roller coasters. Feel like I'm going to die every time I sit in one. I'm like, this cannot possibly be safe. And because it's like, I feel like I'm just going to, like put on, like, the safety harness or something. Like,
which one would say is the point of this contraption?
Yeah, it's to, like, keep you safe. And I feel like there's so much room that I can...
No, to make you feel like you're going to die. Like, the rush of the...
No, that's not what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, the thrill of the ride. Like, that's part of the thrill
of
the
thrill of just being able to say you survived it. It's just supposed to be exciting. It's not supposed to...
They want you to feel excited. So the moment you sit down, they need you to feel like you are in peril. That's you excited? You titillated?
That's not exciting to me. Being on the verge of death.
Are you not entertained? Unlocks your safety harness.
Because I feel like it just scares me. Like one day we're gonna go on a loop-de-loop. My shit's gonna fly open, and I'm just gonna fall out the bitch. Yeah.
Your best bet is that you get caught on the down loop.
I don't want to get caught on anything. If I fall, I don't want to get caught on a goddamn.
No,
thing.
I mean like you like.
Oh, you're like and then I
you fall back into your seat.
Yes. Okay. I was imagining like I got caught on the bottom loop, like it just came and smashed. And I'm like, no.
Which definitely happened to a few people in Final Destination 3. They just smacked into them bars.
Oh my god! And that's why I don't put my arms up, dude. I was just talking about that like earlier, like this week, I was like, you don't see me. Woo! There's no throwing my hands up. I keep I keep that shit tucked in.
I've thought about this forever because like it's funny because like roller coasters are a no-go for me, but like I'll go to a water park no problem and like climb up like the tallest fucking thing. Like I'm not a big fan of heights, so I'm not crazy about it, but like I get to the top and it's like, talk about danger. Like there's nothing, it's you in this tube. Like you're gonna have to use it as a parachute on the way down if you fucking fly over the edge of this thing.
I've seen horror. Ooh, my eyes just get all glossy. But
you're having a premonition.
No, I feel like I've seen like videos like gone wrong of fucking people in water parks like flying out the tube. I was like, I almost had a situation where I was on like, it was like a 4-person tube. There's only me and my cousin, and like it was like this sideways bowl thing.
Yeah.
And so like we went up this like we went up the side, and the fucking tube started like bending inward. So I'm like hanging over like in front. I'm like, I'm gonna die. Like I genuinely was afraid for my life. I'm like.
Those chills and spills. Whoa! What was that last one? Spills. Why are there spills?
It's all the spilling all that blood from your body. I was really nervous. I was like, "Oh my god, terrifying! Absolutely terrifying."
But yeah, Final Destination 3 scared the shit out of me with that. And that was always a fun one. I always enjoyed it. Like when it was on TV, I'd watch it.
Yeah.
I love Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who's like the lead actress in that movie. She's in a lot of stuff. Scott Pilgrim, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, which you just recently watched.
Yeah. I've seen all 3 of those movies.
Yeah. I love her. 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Still can't. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just having a hard time picturing which one she was.
Yep.
I'll have to rewatch them again.
Oh, you're still having a hard time?
Yeah, I mean, I know who it is, but I just can't think of what she does or what she did.
She's like the main character in 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah, I mean, I know that. I know who
Ramona
she is.
Flowers from Scott Pilgrim.
I can think of who she is. I just can't think of who she was in Final Destination.
Oh, even she's the lead chick.
Yeah, but even then, I don't even know what. Okay. Yep. All right. Yeah, it all came back to me. So
she's the one with the premonition in that one, and I enjoyed that. The bonus feature was fun. I agree.
It was fun. And wasn't that also the one where you can pick your fate?
Yeah, that's how I think how you end up doing the squirrel thing is because you do the choose your fate and it takes you to that. And then of course, Final Destination 3 has the tanning bed scene.
Yeah,
one of the best. Roller coaster.
Yeah, a great scene.
So much. You want to talk about like one of the most Final Destination-y like Rube Goldberg type setups of just like everything going wrong one at a time. I will say, and again. Okay, we'll get there. I'm getting ahead of myself. I can't wait to talk about that last one.
The last one really made it's the one that's the most fresh for you.
Those first 3 were pretty good, but that 4th one, The Final Destination, which was false. It was not. It was not The Final Destination. But it was the first one in like digital 3D. Like I think that was like 2009 was when that one came out. Which was 2009 would have been like the like peak prime like 3D was just popping off in that way.
Yeah, because that was around the same time as like Avatar.
Yeah, Avatar was like December of like 2008, I think, or something.
Yeah.
And then 2009, people just were like constantly dropping all this crazy like 3D gimmicky movies and stuff.
Give it to me.
And The Final Destination was amongst those, which you can totally tell when you watch. Like there's just all those scenes. Hands down, my least favorite. I still enjoy it. Definitely my least favorite. That's the one with the car accident. To its credit, it's the shortest.
The 4th one?
Yeah.
Is that the one with the hot mom? With the twins? And it's like, I got my eye on and then the lawnmower hits the rock.
Yeah.
I would probably agree that is Yeah. Well, because isn't that the one where the dude goes to get like the acupuncture?
No, that's the next one.
Okay, yeah, that's like the Buddha that falls on him. Yeah,
which I love that one. But the fourth one was
the fourth one also the one with the corrective eye surgery? Or is that also the fifth one?
It's the fifth one. Chill out. Damn. The fourth one.
I guess I love the fifth one too. I'm saying the fourth I can't think of any deaths from the fourth one besides
the fourth one. It was the NASCAR setup.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
And then that goes down, and then there was the racist guy who goes to burn the cross in the yard who had the tow truck.
Oh, and he got hooked up by the chain and dragged. And shit.
And then I got my eye on you.
Yeah.
And, and then the whole there's the guy who gets his innards sucked out of his asshole with the pool.
Yeah.
Because it had his little lucky coin or whatever.
It was like it was a watch or some shit. Right?
It was a coin. They were always be flipping it around.
Yeah, you watched it.
Yeah. A little more fresh than that first one.
Now you have answers.
But now he knows. I've corrected you on everything past that first movie. You know?
It was just
actually it was that.
That's funny.
But there's the almost death in the car wash. The chick gets her.
Oh yeah, almost drowns or something.
But then they save her. But then there's the big finale at the mall.
Oh yes, because someone gets squished by the.
There's the whole thing. There's the escalator.
The escalator thing, yeah.
There's the gimmick of you're here watching a 3D movie and they're going to the mall to go see a 3D movie.
Oh.
And it's like a whole thing.
It's not like that.
But which I'm like I was thinking, I was like, if I saw this in theaters, I could see where this might have been fun. Because they're in the theater watching it in 3D, and then the shit actually explodes behind the screen. Sends all that shit flying out into them.
Yeah.
And it's I could see where being in a theater, you might start being like, oh, God, wait. I'm in a theater.
That's funny.
Is this motherfucker under construction too?
That would be entertaining. But you'd have to do it in the theater with the 3D glasses to get the full.
Yeah. But all in all, I just feel like it really is the weakest of the bunch, because I feel like even the makers felt that way, because then they come out with Final Destination 5, which is just funny to go from 1, 2, 3, the Final Destination, fuck it, 5. It's just let's just keep going.
They're we don't. Maybe we should have ended on this note.
But then what do? They end it on one of the best notes ever. It's honestly, I know I texted you the other day and was surprised that the last one came out in 2011. It's damn. That is a minute, since there's been a Final Destination movie.
It's probably been the last time I've watched Final Destinations, because I'm sure we binged them, or I probably did.
Yeah.
Before the fifth one.
Yeah.
And, that would have been probably around the last time I've watched any of them.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, because that last one, it's no wonder it's been so long, because they ended it so good. They could have just never made another one, because that one had the ending where it looped everything back around.
Yeah, because because it ended with
the guy getting on the plane from the first movie.
Yeah, the beginning of the first one.
Yeah, because the fifth one had the bridge sequence.
Which is crazy.
Which was crazy, yeah. And then
no Spider-Man to save you.
And then it had the ones we already mentioned, the acupuncture thing, which was fucking crazy. The laser eye surgery thing, that's fucking crazy. But then the one that really fucking gets under your skin is the gymnast thing, where the screw falls on the beam. Oh. And it's just playing up that somebody is going to step on this, or
they're gonna quiet place themselves.
Yes, and it just builds it up, but there's all these things going wrong, and then it just becomes a cavalcade of chaos going off one by one, and then she just fucking snaps in half when she does the bar, and she comes off of it weird, and she snaps up. She's not even the one that steps on the screw, somebody else does it, and it causes the little chain reaction. But yeah, like that happens. But then that also has the little plot of like, oh, if we take somebody's life, we take their place.
And then someone within the group was like, oh, but like two of the people were like excluded, like they weren't in the premonition or some shit, right? Like,
one of them was because there's the main guy and then like his girlfriend. Yeah. And the girlfriend survived in his premonition, but everybody else died. Yeah. Yeah, because then at the end is...
Because, yeah, it's just like, why does she deserve to live?
Right.
Or some bullshit.
Right. Why does she deserve to live and the rest of us have to die or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's all salty about it and then tries to kill her, and which does get crazy. It definitely made for, like, when you're, like, 5 movies deep into this, it is a nice, like, fresh twist on it. Oh, for Even though, again, death's just going to kill all y'all. Like, you ain't gonna win. You don't. Did you listen to Tony Todd? He said you don't cheat death. Like, it doesn't happen. Like, which he was in 4 of the 5 movies as well. Oh yeah. I think he skipped out on the 4th movie. He was like, "This is trash. I don't want it."
I'm not gonna associate with this one. Nah. Because wasn't he like
he was like the morgue guy. The mortician that like told him about all this shit. Except for in the 3rd one. It's just his voice in the 3rd one. He's like the voice of that roller coaster they get on. And then he's like the voice at the end when they get on the train, which like, that's another one of those Final Destination things where like at the end of the 3rd one, she's like on the train with her new friends and shit. It's like however many months later. And then like, she goes to get off and her sister gets on and she's like, "What are you doing here?" And it's like, "Oh yeah, whatever." Like they're in like fucking New York City, like randomly at the same time. And then she's like, "Well, I got into town a few days early and I just thought I'd be here." And then like she looks down the way and the other guy is also on the train. He's like, "Oh my gosh, you two are about here. That's so crazy." I'd be like, "Get me the fuck off this train right now." Like, hey, remember that one time we survived? And I'd be like, "Get me the fuck off this train now."
Yeah, that'd be I can't do it.
But yeah, then the 5th one, because it all loops around. Because it was interesting, because the first time I saw that blew my fucking mind. I was like, holy shit, that's actually such a great twist. Yeah. But then, like, to go back and watch it, there's all these clues. Like, if you're really paying attention, there's nothing other than the way it's shot that feels like a modern movie. If you're looking, like, none of the technology or anything suggests that it's new. Like, it's, it could be like whatever that was, like 2000, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
But dude,
and then the one dude killed his boss. With the hook. Yeah, because
it was I don't think it was his employee. No, but I wouldn't call him a coworker either, because it wasn't his boss. He was below him on the food chain. But he was a dick still. But yes, he because it was an accident. Because he saw the thing coming and he tried to push the dude out of the way. And then the shit broke and he fell and he's like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Oh," fucking hanging there from the hook. And shit. Because then they were like, "Oh."
He had a tumor and he only had
right at the end, and then the plane crashes into the bar. Yeah. Just a few days. A whole plane crashes into the bar.
What a Final Destination move.
Oh yeah, for sure. Save that final death. Yeah. Thrilled for the new one.
I'm excited for it.
Can't wait.
I'm going to rewatch all the Final Destinations, so we'll be able to have this conversation all over again.
Fantastic.
No, I'll probably just be I watched them.
Well, who knows? Maybe you'll have some fresh things to add.
Another death that fucked me up in one of them. I think it was the 3rd one, where the dude was the football player. It wasn't there. Where the football player was working out, and his machine broke, and the fucking weight smashed his head in. I was like, I work out in the gym. I was like, oh.
Yeah. I did, yeah. It's hard not to think about a lot of this shit when you've watched so many Final Destination movies.
Well, do you have a favorite death?
I think that I do, because I remember watching it and being like, that was my favorite death. But now I'm having a hard time fucking thinking what it was. On it. Oh, man. I don't know.
I haven't seen him long enough.
I really have to think about that.
Give you one. But when I rewatch them, I'll keep it in mind, so that way when I do, I can at least have an update of what my favorite death was.
I mean, the tanning bed one is definitely up there. It's a good one. It's
funny.
It's a lot of fun.
It's funny
for sure.
The third one was just like fun
for sure.
Like it was like because I feel like the first and second one were a lot more serious
for sure,
and the third one's like
a little lighter.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because that wasn't that also the one with the guy with the nail gun, like because him and his girlfriend worked in like the warehouse and shit like that. Yeah, because that was another pick your fate one where you can move left or right and it didn't fucking matter because you're dead.
Because you don't cheat death.
You don't cheat death. But that was Final Destination.
Final Destination. I can't wait for the new one, dude.
I'm excited. When is this supposed to come out?
A few weeks now.
Okay, so I got a few weeks to prep myself.
Yeah.
Are we gonna see Thunderbolts?
Fucking A, we're gonna go see Thunderbolts.
Hell yeah. We have what? 6 movies? Is it 6 movies to watch?
In theaters now? We've got plenty, I do know that. Well,
yeah, it's 2 for March, 2 for April.
Oh, I feel ya.
I
gotcha. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the fuck you were talking about.
Yeah.
I do have 2 more.
Well, hey, I'm excited to hear them.
I have 2 more.
You know what? You do. And I should have known because you told me that you watched them.
It's true. I don't know. I've just been enjoying going on these little kicks. And then I was listening to that podcast with Robert Rodriguez, which is funny because like I was listening to that. I was like, oh, I fucking love Robert Rodriguez. Last time I binged all of his movies was in like December of 2020. And I was like, I could go back into his filmography. And what I did instead was start Quentin Tarantino's movies.
That's funny.
But what I did is I pulled out all the Quentin Tarantino movies and Robert Rodriguez movies I own. And I was going to try to watch them both more or less in the order that they released their movies.
I got you.
You know, just kind of watching both of their progression side by side and where they kind of intersect with like From Dusk Till Dawn and like shit like that. So I watched Reservoir Dogs for the first time in a long fucking time, dude, actually. It was one of my favorite movies.
It's probably been closer to a decade for me, for sure.
Oh, for sure, man. It was... it's crazy because the first time I ever saw that movie was like 2008. And because I bought it on our 8th grade trip to Washington, D.C.
That's what's up.
Whatever that fucking store was called. What's that? For Your Entertainment? Because I bought it and I watched it on the bus home or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was like the earliest I was exposed to Quentin Tarantino and shit, and like changed my life for sure. It was one of those movies, one of those classic movies that's just like, damn, like this was so good.
Yeah.
And after so many years of not seeing it, watching it again for the first time, I still enjoy it. I do think because I watch Reservoir Dogs and then I watch Pulp Fiction, you know, his two claims to fame, but you know, in that time since now he's almost done. He's got one more in the chamber and then he's all done. So now with 9 movies out, for the longest time I would always be like, this movie's my favorite, but like, you know, Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs are in a class of their own. Like it's hard.
Yeah.
But like watching them now, if I truly had to rank these movies, I feel like people would be upset with like where I would place Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction, because I feel like they'd be lower than people would want them to be. Just because I think if it really came down to, I don't know, I feel like pretty consistently Inglourious Bastards is my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie.
I've heard other people say that.
Then Django being my second, and then Reservoir Dogs probably being my third. But
that doesn't seem too low on the list.
Not for Reservoir Dogs, but Pulp Fiction, like
top 3 seems pretty good.
No, for Reservoir Dogs for sure, because it was my first, you know, Tarantino movie, and it was so influential on me. And
you didn't tip for a while. Right?
I didn't because of Steve Buscemi.
He gave that speech.
I was like, interesting.
You know what? I think I can pick up on this philosophy.
I don't tip. You don't tip? What do you mean you don't fucking tip? Fucking yeah. There's like but I mean, Tarantino, Kevin Smith, like all of them, like they definitely played a big part in my like love for like dialogue. So whenever people like compliment my dialogue in my writing, I'm just like, thank you. Like I strive for that, like, and I definitely can thank Quentin Tarantino and Kevin Smith amongst them for that. Is this our train?
It is
for the episode. Train.
There was a train in Final Destination.
This is why we need a soundboard.
There was a train in Final Destination. That's crazy.
Was Sean William Scott, R.I.P.
Yeah, and then the people who got on the train in New York.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Yep. A lot of trains.
Yeah.
A lot of trains.
So, I always love trying to throw a train that was in a movie that was watched. Every time a train goes by.
Train of the week.
Train of the week.
All right, train.
It's gonna be a long one tonight.
Don't milk it. But yeah, Reservoir Dogs. It was influential on me. I still enjoy it. Watching it this time around, like I feel like it's it's still good. Don't get me wrong, but like it just there's so much. I mean, it's his first movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's come so far in that time. It's like it's a forever classic, and I'll always love it. But yeah, whatever.
I feel you.
Pulp Fiction. I've always liked Pulp Fiction, respected it more so.
Yeah.
Than liked it. I feel like it's not that I dislike it, but it's never been one for me like it is for some people. Like it's never been one that's like, oh my god, Pulp Fiction is one of the greatest films in cinema history.
They did the twist.
They did do the twists. But
they crushed it.
Like, don't get me wrong, I love it. I mean, it's a very enjoyable movie, but like, it's just not my favorite of his by far. Like, it's just, I do feel like the pacing of it is off sometimes because like my thing is,
well, it jumps around a lot too.
Well, it does, but it doesn't, because like when I was watching it last night, I was like, I remembered it jumping around a lot more than what it does, like because it's like long stretches of story. It's like it's almost like an anthology setup of like short stories, but like the way the stories play out, I'm like, it's no wonder like most people only ever think of like certain things from Pulp Fiction because it's all within the first hour of the movie.
Yeah.
But
they eat the Big Kahuna Burger.
Yeah, like
do you know why they call a double quarter pounder? What they call a double quarter pounder?
Royale cheese. What do they call Whopper? Don't know. Didn't go to Burger King.
This guess I've had like a whole like revelation because the gun didn't go off.
Yep.
All that.
But even that, the revelation doesn't come until later in the movie. Like they get shot at, but it like cuts away at that point.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But. Yeah, because then like I always remember like the first story after that is John Travolta with Uma Thurman.
Yeah, and she ODs.
Yeah,
and it fucked me up. Like the first time I saw it happen, I feel like it was the first time I really saw someone like OD in a movie.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. But that's what you get for going through someone's pockets and doing drugs that you don't know.
Oh, for sure.
I can understand that. She's like, oh, it's Coke. Not Coke.
Not Coke. No.
And that was good quality stuff. He went and picked it up from the dealer and everything. He's like, this shit will knock you on your ass. And it knocked her on her ass, picked her back up, and then threw her on her ass again. Like, it mollywopped her. I like Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction is up there for me.
Because it's one of those things, like, people are going to get shitty if it's, like, lower down on my list. But it's like, that's what happens when you get a great filmmaker like Quentin Tarantino, where it's like, well, every movie's a fucking hit, so like something's got to go lower on the list. Like it's got to be something. Right?
There's only 10. It's gonna be top 10,
right?
Regardless. So
yeah.
A boxing movie. Yeah, because Bruce Willis was the boxer.
Yes. Which is what made me think about the fighter originally in boxing movies, yes.
And he took a dive. He was supposed to. He was supposed to and didn't. And that's why he was on the run.
Which also, it's funny because Belle has never seen Pulp Fiction, but she got home last night when I was watching it, and I was on the Bruce Willis story. And she came in like just as he's like going to get his watch from his house. and runs into Marcellus like on the street and stuff. Is like, motherfucker, and like starts chasing after him. So Belle's there for like the whole Gimp scene, and she's like, I've never seen Pulp Fiction before. She's like, I didn't know this is what this movie was. I'm like, well, of all the times for you to show up in Pulp Fiction, the whole Gimp scene, I don't know if that really encapsulates the whole movie per se.
I wouldn't say so.
I was like,
it's just a very bizarre situation.
Yes,
that they
like
found
the most
in.
bizarre. And then
I was thinking about that when you said Pulp Fiction. I was like, damn, then that one scene.
It was crazy the first time I saw it. I was like, wild.
Where the fuck did this come from? Like it's out there.
It's great. I mean, it's there's a reason it's a classic.
Yeah, there's the whole Quentin Tarantino scene where they take the car.
Yeah, which is my favorite. That's the last story, more or less, and that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, great. It's just
fantastic.
It's really funny.
Yeah, everybody's really good in that. I forget what I was gonna say. There's something else. Oh, I think the other thing watching it now is like, when I first saw these movies, it was like when I was first having a movie education, and that was also like 2008, 2009. Yeah. A lot of time has passed since then, and in that time, so many movies have come out, and so many movies, even in the time span from the 90s to 2008, there were already all these imitators,
right,
of these types of movies. So now you go back, and Pulp Fiction, it doesn't feel quite as special, because it's such a used formula now. Like, but at the time, it was like nobody had ever seen anything like this, And
it was renovating the game.
Right, but that happens sometimes. Sometimes you see the effect of the movie so many times, like after the fact, and it might even be cool. You're like, damn, that was really cool. But by the time you get to the main influence, you're like, I've seen this done a billion times.
Right.
It isn't as impactful. That's like what I said about, I think it was Twister, when I first watched the original Twister like a couple of years ago. And I was talking to Belle and her mom about it, and I was like, I could see seeing this when it came out and being like, this was fucking mind-blowing.
Yeah,
but now it's just okay.
I really enjoyed it as a kid, but I was also a kid, and
right,
it was
for what the effects were at that time. I could see watching that and being like, that was insane.
Yeah, when the dad gets ripped out of the cellar or whatever, trying to hold the door in the beginning, crazy. It scared the shit out of me as a kid. I was like, "Oh my god!"
all these movies say about like deep personal fears.
Yeah, and there's a lot of them apparently. Yeah. I didn't think I was scared of that much, but here I am.
Here we are, shivering in our boots.
When are they gonna do a cruise for Final Destination?
I'm telling you, the cruise ship one.
That's up. That has to be up there for like.
It has to be. Everybody, I think.
I feel like they just type in biggest people. People's biggest fears,
right?
And it's like, hey, okay, we're gonna do that then.
Well, this next one is interesting to me because it's, I think I told you it's called Bloodlines.
Yeah,
and it's like they're gonna do a little
the headlines for it.
Yeah, they do like a little jump back in time, and the incident, like the big main accident that happens in the past in this one.
Yeah,
and it's like a high rise and shit.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. Like a high-rise restaurant. I was like, oh, okay.
I feel you. That's scary.
It is scary.
And I think that I wanted to go on one.
They said, you wanted the cruise ship? Fuck you. You're getting a high-rise.
Fuck you.
It's okay. They're leaving it open. My thing is, like, I don't know. I've got two different minds on this. Because if I did a Final Destination movie, it's like, I wouldn't know how to freshen it up. But I also don't know if I would care to freshen it up. You know what I mean? I was
gonna say, I was like, do you need to?
I don't personally feel like it, but I see every movie try to do it, where they're like, let's try to do something different, and I'm just like, don't.
I feel like if you're a fan of the Final Destinations, you almost don't want them to
I honestly, after watching them this time around, I think how I would lean into it is kind of like what I've been saying of like, I feel like I just wouldn't put the false hope into it I'd almost try to bring back that fear factor of the first movie.
Yeah, just like more dread of like, you're just going to die.
The first movie was like the dread of like death, It's like it is inescapable. It is coming to get you. Like that is kind of the whole point of the series, but it has become like a cartoon of itself at this point. I'd love to go back to basics on that first one and just and be like, you can hit it with a hammer, kid. It ain't gonna change. You can do whatever the fuck you want, but it's not gonna work. Like you will die. But I do feel like it's like you got to find a way to make that interesting, because sometimes, like that movie we watched for Christmas, Silent Night, like that was a hard movie to watch, knowing everybody was just going to die. Like it was hard to sit there and be like, "Damn, this is fucking depressing as shit," knowing that like there is no hope, there is no solution, nobody's going to swoop in at the last second, being like, "Oh, everything's fine, everybody." Like. Every character in this movie is just going to die a horrible death at the end of this movie. Yeah. And that's it. And that can make for a hard watch, but I feel like there's a way to do it, that would be
for sure.
And scary.
And I enjoyed Silent Night. Even knowing that they were going to die.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy that they were going to die, but,
just made for a hard watch, for sure.
It's like, death is inevitable. We're all going to die.
Final Destination, inevitability.
That's what it is, as far as me.
Yeah.
That's funny. Got back on the fucking Final Destination. But yeah. So, have you seen Jackie Brown? Or did you not get to it?
No.
You left it?
No.
Well, I know you contemplated watching it.
No, not yet. I haven't watched it yet. Yep. But that is next. Yeah.
That one I saw a couple times. It was decent. I'd probably put that lower on my Quentin Tarantino scale.
A lot of people would. But that's the thing about Quentin Tarantino movies, man. You can ask a bunch of different people, you'll get a totally different top 10 list every time.
Some people love Jackie Brown.
Some people, but Jackie Brown might be their favorite. And then you got some people who would take it a step farther and add movies that Tarantino just wrote, like True Romance, to that. And it's like, I've never seen True Romance.
I think I have either.
But I was like, I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like
I like to keep things simple. I'll just keep it to the 10.
Yeah. It's the 10 that he directed. I mean, not to say that you can't. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't think he does.
What, claim these other ones?
No, just, is like his 10 list.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if he wants to direct 10 movies, then he can keep writing forever.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Now, how many other movies did he write for? Was it decent?
It was like True Romance and Natural Born Killers.
Which I never finished, unfortunately.
Me neither.
I got about halfway through.
Me neither. Maybe this is the year. Maybe we'll finish it.
Maybe. I got a decent way through it. And I'm a Woody Harrelson fan, so I'm surprised I didn't.
I will say, so you gave a little upcoming for you. Well, I've got an upcoming for me as well.
Okay.
It's actually a big one, Phil. I have a plan.
Oh, shit.
A master plan.
Am I excited?
I don't know.
Can I be?
You can be.
Yes, I'm excited.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, starting May 1st.
Oh,
because coming up, starting May 1st, I'm going to start a new little movie marathon.
Okay.
Because it's going to take me a while. But my goal is to complete the movie marathon within a year's time. Because
my God,
May 1st of 2026, Avengers Doomsday comes out.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is what I'm dubbing the Marvel Multiverse Marathon. And I'm going to start back, I'm talking like the way back in the 70s. With the old Spider-Man movies, from the OG stuff that was released, and just work my way through and just watch everything in the order it was released. Now, I've given this a lot of thought, Philip, because just the MCU alone, you're already looking at damn near 100 fucking things.
Yeah.
Like with that coupled with like the early 2000s movies, forget about it. You're already at 100. Like, it's crazy. So I was like, I have to be reasonable. Some things have got to go. there are like some shows I probably won't watch. There's like a lot of the animated stuff I probably won't watch. You know, that's not to say I won't watch some shit here and there just because I got a kid. You know, I might watch some shit here and there. But just like the mainline stuff. And
I saw it happening as soon as I released that. Like, that ain't going in.
But yeah, big old marathon.
That's exciting.
Yeah,
I almost want to partake on a little bit with you.
Hey, maybe you should.
Because I haven't seen like the older like stuff from like the 70s and stuff like that. So it'd be interesting to go through and watch what an old comic movie used to be and then see where it's came to now.
Especially just because like as where we are now with things and where things I presume are going in these next two Avengers movies, all this multiverse shit going on, it is kind of fun to watch. I did kind of start a marathon of sorts, like again would have been like 4 years ago probably. I actually think it was the same month we were going hard on our 1,000 movie watch because we started watching like early 2000s stuff.
Wow.
But at one point, so I watched Howard the Duck and then like worked my way to like Blade and then X-Men, shit like that.
Right.
But I still started with Howard the Duck, which is technically I think the first like theatrically released like Marvel movie or something. Which the fun of starting your multiverse marathon with Howard the Duck is because like he does get kind of shot through the universe, but like the opening of the movie is in the beginning there was Howard the Duck. And then it was really interesting to like, I watched that around the time What If was coming out. And to just see this like, this gap of time that like Marvel movies has been going on. And to see that they have kind of like achieved that same thing that they've done in comics. Or it's just like, it's wild. Like Howard has had a life since then.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be cool to just like watch everything. I am excited to watch a lot of the stuff like pre-2000s. Because I've never seen it. And a lot of the shit, like the underground stuff, like the 90s Fantastic Four that like was never released. It's on YouTube. Like you can watch it. Like, like all the Incredible Hulk stuff, you know, like the show and because like I watched this whole video on like what could have been the original like MCU, like, you know, people always talk about that with like the early 2000s stuff, but this guy took it a step farther and was like back when the Incredible Hulk was on TV, they did these like TV movies and Thor was in one of them and Daredevil was in one of them and Kingpin, and like they had all these like characters, and like Spider-Man was going on around the same time, and so there was like like this establishment of
like a universe in a sense.
And so you know, that was very intriguing to me to like see the original version of all of this. But yeah,
it's always been the dream.
So that's my big plan.
Yeah, I'm excited for you. Now I feel like I need to have a big plan.
It's my journey. Won't you come along with me?
I will. I've never seen Howard the Duck.
It was fun.
That's what you said.
Yeah, it was fun. All right, well, yeah. Let's wrap this bad boy up. The big 2-5.
The big 2-5. Woo woo.
Peace.
Later, guys.